Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Ka amagarani kamzumarimaku. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumeni oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no gimuka no tachihana no. Odo no ahagi harani. Isogi harai tarimaseru. Arai dono o kamitachi moro moro no magagoto tsumike kare o arai tamae kiyome tamae toma osukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya oyorosu no kamitachi tomoni Abe no kuchi goma no mimi kurita tete kikoshi meseto kashi gomi moma osu. Hiroku o mikami mamori tamae sakiwae tamae Hiroku o mikami mamori tamae sakiwae tamae Oshie mi oyanushi no kami mamori tamae sakiwae tamae Oshie mi oyanushi no kami mamori tamae sakiwae tamae Kam nagara tamaki haemate. Kam nagara tamachi haemate. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized. Now, peace and prosperity are reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. Today is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teaching. Humanity's mission. The great mission of creating a paradise here on earth was assigned to humanity by God alone. God works through us, using each human being as an instrument in the divine plan of salvation for humanity. Each of us is born with a physical body and a soul bestowed by God, a part of God's own being. A person is born on the physical plane because he or she has a definite individual mission assigned by God for the fulfillment of God's plan. What is God's plan? From the beginning of creation, God has planned the establishment of paradise on earth. Words cannot express the grandeur and beauty of God's plan. God has endowed each human being with special talents and capabilities so that his or her individual mission can be performed successfully. God has called each one to be born and reborn countless times, to live again and again in the physical world in order to move forward toward the ultimate goal of perfection. All things and all events are part of the movement toward this goal. The present day is what I call the turning point from the age of darkness to the daylight age. The entire world is on the verge of taking decisive steps into the new era. Humanity must now throw off the cloak of barbarism so it may reach the heights of a truly enlightened civilization. For the first time on earth, chaos, conflict, disease, and poverty will be eliminated. God has sent us Johrei for the purpose of furthering God's great plan in this direction. Johrei will play a crucial role in achieving God's plan.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Also for continuing praying for world peace. Most recent, we have major natural disasters such as the earthquake in Morocco and floods, especially one in Libya and many other parts of the world as well. Let's keep praying for these victims and their families. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Luiz Eduardo Mendes Coelho from Fortaleza, Ceará, Brazil. Luiz Eduardo is now 11 years old and was born into a Johrei family. February 2021, his mother made a pilgrimage to the sacred grounds of Guarapiranga for a 20-day dedication. Luiz really wanted to join her, but since at the time he was only 9 years old, he understood that his chances of participating in that activity were limited. Later, his father decided to sign up for the September pilgrimage of that same year. Luis told him he wanted to go too, because he was then 10 years old. His father explained to Luis that he needed to gain spiritual permission to go and advised him to read Meishu-sama's teachings and give Johrei to family members daily until the date of the trip. Consequently, Luis gave Johrei to his parents and grandmother, as well as read the teaching of the month before going to school. Luis felt overjoyed when his father told him he would take him to the sacred grounds. With a week to go before the trip, Luis received the schedule of school tests and realized that they would take place during the period of the trip. He felt worried but continued with the dedications he committed himself. When they arrived at the sacred grounds, Luis and his father went before the altar to pray. Luis confesses that what he asked for was to have good grades during the school tests. Luis gave service in several ways, made many friends, and felt very happy. The third day at the sacred grounds, his mother called him and said that when she went to school to talk to a coordinator, she informed him that she made an exception and that Luis could do his assignments online when he would go back home. It was wonderful news, which reassured him a lot. On the day of the monthly service, as he passed through the beautiful reflecting pool of the grounds, Luis felt a strong emotion that made him want to cry. Felt quite happy for meeting Meishu-sama there. Felt also that returning home, he was ready to take the school tests, and he eventually performed very well. From this experience, Luis learned that when we dedicate ourselves with love and sincerity, nothing is impossible. Luis Eduardo is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama as well as to his ancestors for the permission to belong to a Johrei family and to his parents for leading him on the path of faith. Thank you very much for attending this evening service and for listening to this beautiful faith experience. Wish you a most wonderful evening.
This brings to a conclusion this evening's service. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed evening.